Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be ranking the top 10 shooting guards. And I do want to say I feel like shooting guards are better than the point guards this year, and I might have gotten a few positions wrong, but I really tried to get it right. It could be messed up and it could be a small forward. Sometimes they play either one, but it's pretty close. But at number 10, I have Buddy Hield. Now, this might be a bit of bias. I was a big fan of him coming out of college, and his three ball is one of the best in the league, probably the best, not counting any of the Warriors. And, he's a big part of the Kings, and I feel like he's a bit underrated. One of the best three balls in the league, great defensive player, and 10th best shooting guard in my rankings. At number 9, I have Jaylen Brown, because he's a huge part of the Boston Celtics. He could have been an all-star this year, and he's still growing, he's still developing. He could become a top 5 shooting guard sometime in the near future. At number 8, CJ McCollum. This is kind of mostly what he did last year, because he was a big part of Portland last year, and especially in that playoff run, he really showed the potential that we want him to. And he's still a pretty good player. Don't know how good he'll be for the future. And he didn't help Dame that much this year. But I still believe CJ can become a, multiple-time All-Star. And at number 7, Zach LaVine. Now, he has had some injury issues. And he hasn't really made the playoffs, And hasn't had team success, so that's one of the big losses. But he's an incredible offensive player. He can get extremely hot, and even when he's not on a roll, he's still a top offensive player in the league. And then at number 6, Devin Booker. Pretty much the same as LaVine, but he's a great shooter, and he's just better offensive player. But Booker, first-time All-Star this year, so good for him. But, yeah, he's pretty good, but he doesn't have a ton of team success, and I could see him leaving soon. And at number 5, Donovan Mitchell. Now, Mitchell, he is in his third year, only one-time All-Star, but truly I believe that he can become, a All-NBA second, third team, every year for, a few years eventually in the future. This is only his third year. So, yeah, Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he's pretty underrated. And then at number 4, I have Klay Thompson. Now, this is kind of because of his injury, and he might not be as good of a defender once he comes back, but he is still, he can become a catch-and-shoot guy. When he gets on fire, he's the best player in the league, and he's scored 37 points in a single quarter. And, yeah, if Klay Thompson gets on fire, you're not stopping him. He's not missing at all. And he will most likely have to become a catch-and-shoot player soon, especially since his injury and he's aging. But he can still be a top player as a catch-and-shoot player. At number 3, I have Bradley Beal. He's had some playoff success, maybe not this year, but hasn't had much around him except for Bertans, Bryant. But Beal, he should have made the All-Star game. And he's one of the best offensive players in the league. He's averaging pretty much 30 points per game. Pretty much the highest player ever to miss an All-Star game, I think. One of the highest, if not the highest scoring. But, yeah, his defense is kind of underrated. It's definitely above average. He's not the best defender, but he's pretty good all around. At number 2, I have James Harden, only because he's not... he hasn't had a ton of playoff success, and, he can disappear sometimes. He can go 1 for 17 from the field, but he's still a really good player, but he's not the best defender. And then Luka Doncic at number 1, I'm saying that he's a shooting guard. He can play really point guard to small forward, but I'm listing him as a shooting guard. And, he hasn't been to the playoffs, but this is only his second year. And he was leading the team to a great record. He had an MVP conversation. He had an MVP argument. And for a player that's only in his second year, that's crazy. He's only 20. And he was almost averaging a triple-double. And that's all I could say. He's almost averaging a triple-double. So, yeah, that's just insane. But guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Be healthy and peace.